Okay, anyway, the wolf is still coming for us. I'm not too worried about the wolf right now. Hello everyone and welcome back. So in the last episode we made it to Great Mothers and we got a good night's sleep. So our health has gone up significantly from where it was, from about here up to here. Things are not great, but we do have some shelter and we do have a chance to explore the town now. Okay, so before we leave, I'm gonna come back and do these rabbit carcasses later on. But before we leave, let's get a torch. Actually, let me recycle this back into a stick. So you can always do that. So for every torch, you can actually just go to actions and harvest it back to a stick. It does take a bit of time, but if you have a torch that's burnt out, or if you have a torch that's in poor condition, then you should definitely do that. Anyway, so let's get a torch. We've got enough spare torches, so we should light a torch before we leave. Take advantage of the infinite fire there, and hopefully we can carry this forward. And here we are. Okay, conditions seem to be slightly windy based on the snow being blown about. Let's see, it's -11 wind chill. That tells us that the wind is strong, but not strong enough to blow out the torch automatically. If it gets to about -15, you should be worried about your torch going out. But right now it should be okay. Okay, there's a wolf. What I'm gonna do, it's hunted a rabbit, so what I want to do is I want to scare it off. Hey wolf. Okay, that's it. So in this case, because I'm holding the torch, we were able to scare off the wolf. There's still a bit of meat left over. So what happens is, if a wolf manages to catch a rabbit or a deer, that's some mushrooms there. But if a wolf manages to catch any prey, what will happen is that it will go into its feeding animation. While it's feeding, you can actually go up to it and scare it off. Having said that, they will come back soon enough. Right now I'm not too worried. Oh yes, and if you look at the center of the screen, you'll see one stick. That's how much smell we have. So the wolves will be attracted to smell. Same with bears, but wolves are far more dangerous. And if you have any smell on you, the wolves will track you. Okay. But you can still scare them off. Right now I'm not too afraid because I've got a torch. Okay, so what you do is you drop the torch, get a weapon, point it at him. And because of the fire, the wolf can't get to you. Anytime a wolf can't get to you, it will be scared off. Like that. That's a battery. It has no purpose during story mode, by the way. But you can also go in here and inspect the cars. Yes. The cars give you a bit of shelter, but they can also contain some loot. Okay, right now... So the places to inspect are here below. That's a paper. Let me go out the other side and come back in. So the places to inspect are under your feet. There you go. The glove boxes on top of the dashboard, and the devices. That's pretty much it. Cars can also have rear seats. You can also inspect the rear seats of any car. But right now this one's a pickup, so there is nothing there. You can find loot around the wheels, by the way, on occasion. But you should also inspect the trailer here, just in case. There are some things occasionally hidden under the snow. I hear a wolf. You can hear the wolf walking there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get into another car. So the cars can be used as shelter. But sometimes... So typically once you get into a car, or if you get into a house, the wolf should start walking away. But it's not guaranteed. Sometimes they hang out outside. So be mindful of that. Okay, that's nothing in the trunk. But that's a mechanic that's been added recently, but I've yet to see anything that you can find inside there. You should always inspect where you're sitting, because you can get things right under you. Keep an eye out on your torch. There's a note here. Betrayal. Left him like I promised I would. Pick me up at the LPO. So there are occasionally notes around here. They point to loot that you can... Oh shit, my torch. It helps to crouch when you're lighting a torch. That's just burnt out. Yes, and the credit union is closed. Let's just go in here. So yes, be mindful of
Need to
wolves.
find some place to escape this cold.
Indoor spaces are generally warm, but if we're naked, we'd be in trouble here. There's a tiny bit of warmth in the credit union, but yeah, you should make sure that you're warm enough. Okay, so let's take a look around. We've got plenty of torches. And a toque. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can wear 2 layers of clothing on any given body part. In this case, you can wear 2. The outer piece, both pieces actually give you warmth bonuses, but only the outer piece counts towards wind chill. So in this case, that's the outer piece. And then on this side, that's the outer side. It's a bit of a subtle thing, but you should always make sure that the outer piece has the most wind resistance. Otherwise, you're wasting it. In this case it doesn't matter because we're wearing a jacket. But if it weren't, then you want to have this one outside. Yeah. Okay, so let me do that on there. And also, the inner piece is protected against damage if you get attacked by a wolf. Let me check my torch. Okay. We still have a bit of fuel left on it. But yes, going back to the point I was making. The inner piece takes less damage if you get attacked. So if you were to take damage to a head, this piece would take more damage than the inner piece. So always make sure that you protect the more damaged pieces of gear. Okay, that's good. Let's go over here. So you should always inspect the corners and under things like tables and seats and stuff like that. You become used to how things look once you've played the game a bit. But if this is your first time playing the game, make sure that you inspect everything. Put the cursor over everything. In this case, we could chop that down if we had a hacksaw.
Just what I need.
Okay, perfect. So the loot in the drawers and the other containers is actually randomized. Other than specific things, which I believe this is one of them. Right, that is not random. Okay, so there's the key to the bank manager's house.
Must be the key to the bank.
And make sure you have to always keep an eye on your torch. Ideally, you don't want to lose your torch. Okay. Okay, that's burnt out. Okay, there you go. But let's inspect this location. We also get a 2-degree bonus, so that's kind of helping us stay warm. Because of the torch that we have on our hands. Okay, there you go. That's a very small and easily missed item there. That's random, by the way. All the loot place is random. Most of it, that is. There are some things that are specific. But you should always take a look around. Inside containers as well. There's some paper. There is that. And this should be the toilets. And yes, the toilets are the best source of water in town. So for the time being, we shouldn't have to boil any water, but we will at some point have to. There's a scarf. There you go. Nice and hidden. So it could be... Okay, that's it. Sometimes the containers are locked, so you might need a pry bar or something like that in order to force your way in. Right? Yeah, like that one. We need a pry bar. So we'll have to come back once we find one of those. Okay. Check out things below. Yes, and it is common for every single drawer to be its own separate container. So keep that in mind as you're looting. When I first started playing, I thought it was just a single search to inspect the entire thing. But no. And also, check that out. That's
Thank
coffee.
Goodness.
Coffee is very valuable. Very valuable in this game. Okay, that's some herbal tea. We saw that in the prologue, but it helps us recover more health as we sleep. So it provides a bit of bonus. Sleep works in a very interesting way. So the longer you sleep, the more health you'll regain.
Could end up being useful.
Really? A stone? In the register? Okay. The game's playing jokes on us, folks. The game's playing jokes on us. Okay, always keep an eye out on your torch. You'll also notice that things become visually darker as the torch starts to run out. There's a safe. Okay, there is a vault here. Let me...
Locked.
Which we can't open.
Can't get any.
Guess we might have the code for that, huh? Maybe the bank manager, whose house keys we just found. Anyway, so this one is a bit tricky. The safe, here we are. So you have to remember the codes. So you go right, left, and then right again. But you have to remember. Okay, so that was 10 something. Okay, now go the other way. Okay, now go right again. Now the torch can go out if you're not careful. Okay, so we should be... There you go. So the code is randomized every single time, by the way. Papers, book, cash. Yep, cash is useless in the game, by the way. Cash is useless. Except as Tinder. Anyway, so we'll have to come back once we get the code. And once we get a pry bar. So keep that in mind. Let's see, how much weight are we carrying? 24. We did pick up a bit of loot. And we also have a bunny here. So we should probably drop the bunny in order to avoid the wolves. Okay, now... Let's get out. It helps to crouch. Just in case there's something, there's an animal outside. Okay, what's the time? It's about midday. And also, the mailboxes might contain some papers and stuff like that. So we've done a bit of a circular route. Inspected the cars over there, inspected the cars, inspected the credit union. So not much, but it does help. Okay, so let me drop the bunny over here. And we might as well put out the torch, because we have an infinite fire. It's a good idea to sort things out by, to sort different containers by what they contain, right? In this case, I'm just gonna put everything in here. But as things get a little bit busier... let's see... that's probably enough. You want to keep all that. The hatchet is useful when it comes to being assaulted by a wolf. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna put away the coffee. It's not really useful. Okay, this might go off. So I should probably have it soon. Soft drinks, I don't think it matters whether they rot or not. Okay, put away the tea. So it's always a good idea to carry emergency food and drink, just in case. Okay, that one is... yeah, the Duke is better. Usually. Antibiotics, no need to carry 2 lots. Actually, put away the better quality one. And fuel, I should probably put this fuel elsewhere. But for the time being, I'll do that. You know, sort things out once we come back in the evening. There's no need to carry like 11. 4 or 5 is generally enough. Okay, so let's see. Let's drink a bit. So I'm going to drop the water, but usually you want to carry around 2 liters. I think I found 2 liters to be a good guide. But I'm going to carry a minimal amount because we're going to be inspecting houses. And houses usually have toilets and water. Okay, let's light the torch again. We should be warming up once again. It is once again midday. And let's get out of here. Okay, so I want to follow the road that way. The conditions can also vary significantly once you step inside, by the way. So the sky may have gone grayer. Okay, there's a chance that the sky may have gone grayer. Okay, anyway, the wolf is still coming for us. I'm not too worried about the wolf right now. Did we inspect this car? Yes, we did. I'm not too worried about the wolf. As long as the torch doesn't go out, we're safe. So that's one of the things that was a bit of a surprise to me when I started playing the game. Torches are very powerful. But it's also not a good idea to let the wolf stalk you. Because if a gust of wind comes along and blows out the torch, things could be trouble.
Terrible.
Yes, and this corresponds to the fire that Great Mother was talking about. Now, there may be some crows, maybe a corpse. Occasionally there's a corpse over here. Okay, that's a bit of coal. Perfect. Coal. Coal is useful. Let's get rid of the wolf. Let's drop the torch. And if you aim a weapon at the wolf... oh shit. Okay, so if you aim a weapon at the wolf, what it will do is it will try to charge you. But if it can't get to you, it will flee like you saw then. But yes, keep an eye out on torches. So we're gonna need these for one of the survival quests. So we may as well collect it while we're here. This is a bit of a dead end once again. So we wanna collect stuff while we can, and never have to come back again. Right, there you go. Pick up sticks. And I should have put away some of the sticks into the fuel bin. Okay, that wolf. Yeah, wolves don't usually go away. Alright, get rid of the wolf. While the torch is still nice and full. It's a good idea to keep the fire between you and the wolf. I have seen instances where wolves will go straight into a campfire. Straight into a campfire. Anyway, there is a note here. Medicine Mountain backyard. This is for a bit of a hidden cache. As you explore the world, you'll find different notes that point to different side quests. In this case, that points to a hidden cache. The houses are randomly burnt down and boarded up, or they're randomly open. So you might find that the next time you play, I'm not sure if that's the case in story mode, but if you play in survival, that house might be boarded up next time, and that one might be available. So anyway, we've done a bit of a tour. Okay, let's get inside. So yes, I don't know if that changes in story mode, but in survival sandbox, that definitely changes. One time, one house might be boarded up and inaccessible. The other time, the next house might be. Anyway, so let's see. Okay, we need a pry bar. So you gotta keep that in mind. There's a house over there. Let me go over here. Let's inspect the house here. It's worth noting that the game auto-saves as you enter any location. So if you enter a cave...
Could be useful.
Or if you enter a house, the game will drop on autosave. In story mode...
More of that.
Okay, excellent. Ah, that's rotten. Having said that, Grandma doesn't care whether something is rotting, so we can give that to her. In a pot, which is really important. So yes, you can search the ovens as well. And also around the ovens. Yeah, herbal tea. I may need to start a fire. I was gonna say, I may need to start a fire in order to get more torches. Yes, and it's a good idea to look around obstacles as well. Bit of cloth. And also open up the microwave as you saw at the credit union.
Excellent.
That may or may not be rotten. One thing that people have noted is that sardines are particularly good at making you sick. Particularly good for some reason. Even if the condition is really high, sardines are kind of risky. Yeah, that's a book. That's a book.
Just what I need.
New chocolate bar, I saw that. Check around here as well. Okay, check around. And also below. Alright, so I am kind of low on torches, and I have enough sticks. So let me start a fire over here. Okay, I'm kind of loath to do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I've got enough tinder, so if this fails, I'll be fine. So Milton is actually quite nice because you have so many houses. So you can always step inside a house. Whether you're being chased by a wolf or you're getting really cold, you can always step inside and get some shelter. Okay, let's see. It's not really a good idea to use books as fuel. I may add some more fuel. Okay, that may have just... yeah. I was hoping that it was 10 minutes. Yeah, that will do. That will do. So we need to recycle some of the torches that we've used up back into sticks. And there's something hidden there, running shoes. Now running shoes are not particularly good. But again, all this stuff is random. There's a drawer over here as well. Okay, so if you need some cloth, you can always come back and destroy that. Anyway, good idea to check out things below the bed.
What have we here?
And socks. Which is nice, because I think we only had one pair of socks. Okay, that's a vest. A vest is useful, not great, but we don't have anything, don't have a second layer on the jacket section of our body. Okay, be mindful of this, because this takes time, by the way. So if your torch is low, you might well find that your torch is gone out while you've been retrieving the water. Okay, so let's see, was there anything below? Alright, so quick sanity check. On our clothing, the vest goes inside, this one goes outside. Yeah, that's not right. Now shoes are still definitely better than that. Okay, what's your weight? 25, 26. We should be okay. Let me refresh my torch. And there's a house on the hill over here. Gosh. So I have to put that out, okay. That may have been a bit of a waste of time. Right, so as you can see, the sky's gone really grey. Just because we went into an indoor space. The weather can just change really quickly. Okay, let's see. Over here, there's some rose hips. This house over here was boarded up. Yes, it was. Okay, so there's multiple types of collectible herbal medicines. There's the rose hips that we saw. We can use them to create some tea for pain. The mushrooms that we picked up out of that stump have antibiotic properties. That is hunting a bunny. Yep. Let's steal that bunny off it. Maybe a little bit too far. Yeah, so I don't know where the bunny is. There, okay, it's over here. There may not be much meat left. But you can always do that. So it is possible to get...
This stuff will come in handy.
That's decent. That's decent. So let's go up here. The wolf is still around, by the way. The wolf hasn't not gone away. And we do smell nice right now, so it may be attracted to us. But let's go over here. I probably shouldn't have sprinted. Let me go up into the house over here. You can hear the wolf. Yep, it's at the top right there. So if a wolf is growling at you, you want to get rid of it ASAP. If you let it stand there growling at you, it will eventually charge. The better you smell, the more smell sticks you have, then the more likely it is to charge. So you want to get rid of it quickly. If you have 3 sticks, it might actually just charge you as you're trying to get the stone out. So yes, it's a good idea to carry a stone just for that. Okay, there you go. There's a hoodie. And the wolf scarf, which is decent, I think. Probably better than the low condition tube that I have. Anyway, there's a cash note. Don't trust anyone. Okay, so this one points to a bit of loot in a cave.
What do we have here?
Okay, we found some canned food just then. Usually, I mean, there's 2 ways to open up a can. One is to smash it open with a rock, which happens automatically. The other one is to actually open up nicely with a can opener. If you have a can opener, you get to retain the can, which is useful if you don't happen to have enough cans to cook or boil your water. So yes, cans are useful. Okay, let's see. That's it, right? Okay, so let's go back down. I need to check out the pond. Okay, hopefully it's not windy. Okay, so it's not windy. The wind is actually dropped. And would you believe that it's actually warm right now? Well, 2 degrees. So we're not at risk of losing temperature. And also, because it's late afternoon, the world is actually warmer. So the way the game works is that it's coldest in the early morning, and it warms up as the day passes. So when it gets close to sunset, it's actually the warmest time of the game. And then as night progresses, things get colder once again until it hits morning. So I think that's supposed to be realistic. Okay, there's a wolf over there. I do smell still very nice. So I need to be careful. So I'm looking for collectibles and stuff like that. There's occasionally a pry bar or a hatchet over here. Anyway, let's pick up the cattails. So may end up just making a loop around the town just tonight. And harvesting the bunnies that we picked up previously. That may be all that we can achieve. Because, as you can see, it is getting... the conditions are getting worse. And I sense a storm. So if it gets grey in the distance, then that usually signifies a storm. Or at least worsening. Okay, here we are. Windy, no, 9 degrees. Okay, you know what? I'll come back for all these cattails, but there is a source of food here if you need it. It's a good idea to give yourself a little bit of buffer in order to light the next torch. And then just pick it up and carry on. Then as you walk along, it will go out nicely. Okay, I may need to be ready to make a run for it. Okay, the wind is still not that strong. I'll come back for all those. I'll come back for that. Here is the cash.
Found it. I need to drop something.
So a bit of medicine. And we are overloaded right now. Okay, that requires a pry bar. And if possible, you should leave that the side opposite of the wolf. If you're being chased. Right. Here's a cash note. This one points to the church. That's empty. Okay, so that way lies the gas station, but I want to go over here. That house is boarded up. Okay, so I need to come back with a pry bar and open up all of these cars. There is a chance of getting something interesting, but it's not guaranteed by any means. And yes, it's a bit of a meme that vices contain nothing. I think there are some points in the story where you do find something interesting, but typically vices contain nothing. So yes, maybe someday there'll be something useful there. Okay, that maybe open that house. This is probably the bank manager's house, I think. It is. Oh yes, you should note that it took 2 cycles in order to open this. One to unlock it, the other one to actually open it. Okay, how many torches do I have? It's gonna be dicey. Okay, there's some matches. Perfect.
Excellent.
Okay, we just found some food. Maybe edible. Okay, quickly check it out. It is edible. Let me... I probably shouldn't eat. That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Anyway. So I am going with the starving strategy. I forgot about that. But I was more worried about the smell. Okay, so the way smell works is that if you carry a lot of meat... If you carry either raw or cooked meat, it will make you smell. Things like guts as well. So it's either meat or guts. Cooked meat smells less. Can opener. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Raw meat gives you 1 stick of smell per piece of raw meat. So it is really attractive to animals. But cooked meat, cooked meat is generally okay. More food. Right now we smell because of that, but 2 pieces of cooked meat are fine. Oops, nearly put that out. So anyway, I shouldn't have eaten that. That was a bad idea. Now hopefully...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay, thin wool sweater. That is one of the best in the game. If you play on Interloper, that is the best sweater you can find. Cargo pants. Okay, that is good. Definitely better than what I'm wearing now.
I better take this food.
Bank vault code. If you saw that. That should allow us to go into the bank. Okay, let's see. And there's some socks over there, which can be easily missed. But that was a sewing kit, which allows us to repair our clothing. Okay, here we are. Let's go. I think we inspected all that. Oh yes, another pair of shoes. Running shoes aren't particularly good. Oh, that's nice. Okay, now we're severely overloaded. Okay, let's see.
Feels like a lot of gear.
1.8 and 1.8, definitely. And then we'll wear the jacket inside. Okay, 0.3, 0.9. Okay, so the wool scarf is actually better. Just because the chook is so damaged. Cargo pants. Okay, that's a good setup. 41, so we could use some extra thermal underwear. 0.2. I need to repair that. Yeah. Oh, that was okay. We lose some wind protection. Okay, torch. Okay, fine. I was getting scared about my torch. But yes, so the game does not pause while you're in the menu. Okay, so let's see. Let me drink up some water in order to shed some weight. So we're carrying like about 10 kilos more than we should. Oh shit! Don't. Oh crap! This could be close. Oop. Yeah. Okay, that's gone. Bad idea. All right. We are exposed to the wolves now, but there should be enough places to shelter. Yeah, so we are exposed to the wolves, and we are slow, but there should be enough places for us to shelter in. So we need to be really careful about listening to footsteps. Worst case scenario, we make a run for it and get into shelter. I may come back for this. Yeah, let me come back. It's also a good idea to have your flare out, just in case. If you run into a wolf, being able to light the flare is actually quite important as a way to keep yourself safe. So the way the game does wolf attacks is... Oops, that nearly turned that on. But anyway. The way the game does wolf attacks is that you go into a struggle animation and you have to select a weapon to protect yourself with. Different weapons have different properties. So knives cause animals to die faster, but hatchets and hammers cause them to be knocked off you. But if you use your bare hands, you might actually end up dead. So yes, be mindful of that. So it is a better idea to just avoid a struggle with the wolf, period. It's not as if you can actually use the meat in any case. Okay, so it's getting quite late. Okay, let me... Yeah, no. I'll add some firewood later on.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Okay, so we're safe. So we have a bunny which we should cook. We have 2 bunnies actually. That's... Okay, let me... There you go. Okay, put that up there. Okay, and we need to convert all of these torches back into sticks. How much energy? I still have quite a bit of energy. Still have quite a bit of energy. Okay, 40 sticks. Okay, no need to carry that many matches. 2 boxes is fine. Okay, now that's an emergency stim. So that's really valuable. What it does is it gives you a bit of health, but it also gives you a whole bunch of energy. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're about to die, then you might actually just use the stim and just make a run for some shelter, wherever that might be. So they're very useful for that purpose. Okay, any clothing that I'm not wearing? Hoodie. Hoodie. Which way? Okay, here we go. Okay, the hoodie. Okay, right. I should change this as well. So I have a hoodie. Okay, one. Okay, so there's other properties you should also think about. One is waterproofing. So in this case, the wool sweater is actually better at waterproofing, but it is worse at defense, or actually equivalent at defense. Anyway, so this one probably on the outside, and this one on the inside. Perfect. So now we have like 10 degrees of warmth and 4 degrees of windproof. So that's good. Yeah, so I need to repair some stuff, especially this. Okay, so put away any clothing that you're not using. You can recycle clothing that's ruined or you don't need back into cloth. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't need sardines. They're dangerous. It's a lot of tea that we found, by the way. That is a lot of tea. I may need to consume this. Or I may keep it, either way. Doesn't matter. $29 kilos. We're still quite heavy, so that weighs a lot. Yep, and all these things. Okay. So we have 2 pots. Okay, so it's getting quite late. Alright, so let me place the sticks here for the time being. I'll come back for them, and also the torches. Oh, that's not that much in the way of torches. Okay, so we'll drop some water as well. That's good. Now let's light a torch and go inspect the other houses. Just because we have so much energy. If I was really tired, then I might actually just choose to spend the night indoors here. Although, yeah, the conditions may not be suitable. Okay, so we have a bit of a headwind, so that means that we move slower. But let me make it into the post office over here. And there's a car over there as well. Okay, there's a wolf. Can't go for the car. Let's get in here. Right. The post office has some unique loot in story mode. Can't inspect any of those. Okay, let's see, there's a book over here, soft drink. Yeah. What did we find? Knowledge. Interesting. But there is meant to be here. This is what I'm looking for. Right. So that will open up another sub quest within the survival side
This'll
quest.
come in handy.
Okay, that's wool socks. And what is this? Margaret. What was that? Anyway, as you find things, they'll open up different side quests. So if we inspect what we have here, so that the main quest is still as it was, but now because we found a couple of books, so we have to make some medicinal herbs. We need to maintain some clothing, and there'll be a third one that we'll find later on. There's a whole bunch of caches. We found one. There's a number of other ones. Okay, that wolf is right there. So let's get rid of it now. Nothing around the wheels. So we've inspected the houses over there already. We haven't inspected that one. Okay, we'll do a quick look-see here. So it can take you a few days to actually inspect all of the houses. Accelerant,
Stuff will come in
okay.
handy.
I mentioned this previously during the prologue, but you can use those to start the fires quicker and increase your chance to start the fires. Simple tools. Use those to repair your tools with scrap metal. Now we don't have a hacksaw yet, but we can repair our I think we can
feels like an
repair.
empty pit.
Yeah, we've just gone hungry. Look at that, sneaky little bugger. Should always look below. Yeah, let's get into... I think you might find some accelerant there. What's that? Okay, there's this house. That should be the last house on this side. Oh, my torch! Oh, that was lucky. That was very lucky. Oh, what the... Sorry, my mouse went crazy there.
What have we here?
More accelerant, okay. It's a good idea to carry one accelerant. One or two. Depending on how much capacity you have, how much carrying capacity you have. But yeah, one is useful. There you go, look at that. Sneaky bugger. That is sneaky. So you can't do anything without a hacksaw. But yes, just because you see a whole bunch of objects that you can't interact with, don't assume that there's nothing hidden there. Same with these doors. Just because you can't open them, don't assume that there's nothing there. Although in that particular case, I don't think I found anything, but you should always look. You never know.
Could end up being useful.
More accelerant. This is crazy. Okay, that's scrap metal. That's useful. Candy. Okay, that's fine. Okay. That's great. So normally things don't disappear from the world unless they're in a container. If you were to put some food into this cabinet over here and you let sufficient time pass,
I'm just out of this stuff.
then what will happen is that it will eventually disappear. If you drop it on the floor, it will just go into a ruined state and you won't be able to eat it. Well, generally speaking. But if you put it into a container, it will just disappear once it hits zero condition. Aha. Perfect. Excellent. So there's a number of keys, 4 to be exact, for the safe deposit boxes inside the vault, which we happen to have the code for now. So that's one of them. Okay, get the water. I should have checked my torch status, but I think it's light enough, yeah. Okay. That's good enough. What's our carrying capacity? 24 kilos. We are getting tired, so as you get tired, once your energy drops below half, your carrying capacity will start to drop as well. So normally it's 30, but as you can see, we're a little bit lower. My torch is really low. I have one more left. Okay, I may want to start making my way back. Oh, we inspected that. We didn't inspect that house. Okay. Okay, that's the last house over there. So we have to come back in the morning here, unfortunately. There's a couple of cars and a couple of houses that we have not looked at. Coffee, okay. Now the interesting thing is that coffee by itself does go off.
Need more of that.
But
That'll come in handy.
once you brew it into proper coffee, it will not go off. It's a very interesting and weird thing about the game. Okay, let's see. Yeah, no, let's get another torch. Last torch. Unfortunately, this is a really good torch. But okay, fine, I'll use it. So yeah, 50% condition torches out of the random torches you get out of a fire. That is very rare. So yes, the coffee that's been brewed into liquid coffee will never go off.
Thank goodness.
Same with any other kind of tea or anything like that. But coffee in grain form will, which is opposite of the way it should work. But yeah, that's just the way the game works. Aha, you sneaky bugger. So yes, check out sinks and stuff like that. Yeah, we are pretty heavily overloaded, I think. Yeah. Well, not heavily, but, oh, that. I nearly forgot this. And we need to go upstairs as well. Okay, so check out the floor. It's very easy to miss things on the floor. On occasion, there's something like a soft drink can over there, or something like that. There's a candy bar, cloth. And something hidden behind here. Right. And over here. Okay, that's it. So I think there's one more house left, but I don't think I'll bother. And there should be nothing here, right? Sometimes the game is sneaky. And a couple of cars. I'll check out the cars if I can. Yes, I'll check out the cars if I can. Yeah, we didn't get to check out that house over there. So I guess we'll definitely have to make a round of the cars once again, once we get a pry bar. That's the last house, right? We did inspect this. Yes, we did. Alright, so last house, last torch as well.
think I can use this.
Jerky, okay. Jerky is good. Okay, nothing on the floor. T-shirt and just normal socks are kind of useless.
Too much stuff to carry.
They're definitely better than nothing, but they are kind of useless. Okay, let's get out of here. There may be one car left, but you know what? We're gonna have to inspect the cars again. Actually, I didn't inspect the kitchen. And sometimes the indoor spaces are very dark, so you should be mindful of that. Sometimes you might find yourself just... Oh, what is this? Tearful letter. I don't think that points to anything meaningful. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back to this house. There's no point trying to inspect it while it's dark. We need some kind of light source. Okay, so... That's... Oh, we just smell. Shit. Yes, I did steal a bunny, didn't I? Okay, this is... This could be risky. So I'm listening for footsteps here. Because you might find the wolf right around the corner, right? So... Need to be careful. Yeah, so there's a couple of houses. One over there. Oops, wrong way. So yeah, if you have smell, if the wolves are being drawn to you by the scent, they won't necessarily growl. But if they see you and then they start to stalk you from then, they will growl. But if they're just looking for the smell, then they won't. So you can easily run into a nasty surprise. Okay, perfect. These things are about to... Yeah, they're losing condition. Okay, put the sticks. Don't need that. There's a lot of cloth that we found. That's about... Yeah, it's about fine. So we're gonna have to craft some more sticks. That's not... Some more torches, rather. Am I gonna eat anything right here? Yeah, that one can't eat. Dog food is kind of dangerous as well. Dog food is kind of dangerous. Oh, look at that sardine, it's terrible. Alright, we found some food, of course. That's why I was smelling. Okay, so let me wear that instead of the socks. Yeah, so 2 pairs of wool socks is better than... Actually, this one's in... Oh, that one's in really good condition. Anyway, I'll repair those two. They're definitely better than most socks. Medicine, we keep finding antibiotics. Hopefully we won't have to use them. Yeah, that's a lot of accelerant that we found. Okay, that is... Okay, fine. What I'll do is I shift over all this stuff somewhere else. Books are heavy, by the way. Books are very heavy in the game. Okay, so let me see. Is it cheap better? Okay, so there's nothing particularly good that'd be better than what I'm wearing once I repair it. Yeah, t-shirts and... That's fine. Unfortunately, one of the things that the game should do is tell you what the overall condition is, and then show you what the current condition is, right? So sometimes... So basically, I don't know that this is, for example, let's say wool socks, right? If I compare some really bad wool socks to some really good sports socks, I can kind of infer that these ones are better at 100% condition. But I don't know exactly how good they are, right? You basically have to memorize that kind of stuff. Anyway, so it is what it is, I guess. Okay, energy is 0. It is evening. Okay, that will do. Okay, fine. So I'll harvest those. Get a drink. Oh yes, of course, I need to drop the books. That fire will never go out, so you can hide things kind of over here. Yeah, just in sight, but not really in the way. So look at that, we shed about 10 kilos right there. Okay, so it's time to repair a whole bunch of stuff. As well as cook a lot of stuff. Right, so let's see. I picked up a few bunnies. I did indeed. Okay, so let's see. How long will it take to harvest these guys? 12 minutes. And I can do that by hand here over here. It will save condition. So we are losing condition here, by the way. We only have one knife substitute, so I'm not gonna use that for this. Okay, so let's see, 29 minutes. Okay, so let's get a couple of ladies cooking. That'll be 2 hours. Okay, now the second one. Drop that with the 3 key. Okay, 6 minutes, so that's an hour and 6, 1 hour and 7. Okay, now I want the hides as well. 1 hour and 7. Okay, so let's see. Hides are better done by hand. Well, there's not much advantage to using a tool, by the way. But guts, I think... Yeah, maybe I should have used a knife. Yeah, I should have used a knife. The difference is significant, yeah. Alright, fine, I should have used a knife. I'm very adverse to using tools. So you saw that the condition dropped there. But it's kind of important that we get this stuff done and to get some sleep. So yes, I will sacrifice some. There you go, drop the guts there to cure. So basically, hides and guts you have to drop in an indoor space like we have here. And basically after a few days, I forget exactly how many days per item, but after a few days they'll essentially cure. 26 minutes. Okay, fine. Minutes. Drop the guts. Should be able to get 1 set of guts more. Yeah, so as long as you don't let it boil away, it's fine. No, that was not a good idea. Okay, so let's cook some of the meat. 22 minutes. Okay, that's good. So cooking in a pot is actually faster than just cooking on an open fire. It's a good thing to have some pots at your base. That way you can do what we're doing now, which is to cook while you craft. Okay, so that's cooked. There's nothing else to cook, right? No. So we might as well go back to water. Let me just do this briefly. Okay. Okay, now let's drop the guts over here. The hides are going to take us a little while longer, just because we can't use a tool. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much point to using a tool. So this may end up taking us pretty much the entire night. It's a bit of a shame. But it's important to get the curing process started now, rather than later. Okay, no potable water. That's just enough time for one more hide. And you can hear it boiling. Okay, I know that there's enough time for another one. Possibly even a third. Yes, perfect. That should be perfect timing. But basically it is morning already, unfortunately. Having said that... Okay, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's get some sleep. Do not leave water boiling there. That's a bad idea. Yeah, it's about 10 liters of made. Let's see. Let's drop about 11. So come back and restock a drink meter. So we can just restock off that pile whenever we need to. Okay, this one weighs a lot. Doesn't give us much in the way of nutrition. Okay, so let me eat the one that's worst. And technically speaking...
So tired.
Technically speaking, it's a better idea to store meat outside. It preserves better. How much? Okay, no I don't. Okay, so that's a lot of bunnies that we processed. That should be enough for what we need to do. Okay, put away the cloth. Actually, I need to sleep now, before my food meter drops down. How much food do I have? 800 calories, good. Okay, I shouldn't have eaten that much. You're supposed to eat exactly 600 calories. Exactly the right amount just to sleep it off, but I may wanna actually get the bonus to carrying capacity. Anyway. 10 hours... that should put us into the afternoon. Let's make that 9 hours. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when new videos come out. See you soon.